Now, for more on this game, we're going to go to our sideline reporter, John Skudris, who's got what the coaches wanted to do in this game. John, what do you have for us?
Thanks, guys. I spoke with Pope John head coach Jake Fracco before the game, and he stated that the key to this matchup is going to be stopping Tania Davis-Stewart. Also, playing better defense as a team than they did back in their 85-80 loss on February 12th. He said to stop Davis-Stewart, it's simple. You have to get her into foul trouble and then capitalize when she's not on the floor. He also said that Erin Jasper, his shooting guard, is going to have a key game covering Tanasia Drayton, and that she has done so well defensively that in practice, she actually hurt her head coach's ankle when they were doing one-on-one drills. Just too quick for the old man. Meanwhile, New Mission head coach Mitchell Hercules said he doesn't want to take anything from that February 12th matchup, stating that the defense played so poorly, he wants them to completely forget about it. I asked Coach Hercules whether or not he enjoys coaching girls basketball more than boys. He said yes. He said while the approach and emotion is different for the girls, the strategies and the X's and O's are much more advantageous to his coaching style. He also said, guys, that they listen more, which is critical when taking a program all the way into the championship game of this tournament in their first season. Back to you.
John Skudris has got an update for us. John, what's happening on your end?
Thanks, guys. I spoke with Coach Jake Fracco before the game about the leadership role that point guard Gianni Hill has had to take on as the only senior on his squad. He said that at the beginning of the season, she wasn't quite prepared for that leadership role both on and off the court. However, a buzzer beater against Winthrop in tournament play led her to have the confidence that she needed, not only to lead the team on the court, but also in the locker room. She's gotten them this far. We'll see how far she can go in the future for the point guard for Pope John. Back to you guys.
Thanks very much, John, and certainly you see out on the update for us. John, what's happening?
Thanks, guys. When I spoke with Coach Hercules before the game for New Mission, I asked him who besides Drayton and Davis-Stewart would be key to victory in this game. He said Kayla Kelly, who, despite being unheralded, had 13 points and 4 boards against Fenway when Drayton went down due to foul trouble. We'll see whether or not that pays dividends the rest of the way. Guys?
Thanks very much, John. As we saw during that Fenway game, Drayton goes down with foul.
John Skudris here with Coach Jake Fracco for Pope John. Coach, close game at halftime. What'd you see in the first half that gives you confidence so far?
We shot the ball extremely well in the second quarter, and we were able to make adjustments after the first quarter and have a little more success defensively. I'm much happier with our intensity in the second quarter as well.
Both Caddy and Corinne Heidel were huge in that first half. They've gotten great for you all season. You expect more of the same in the second?
Absolutely. We've actually been a second-half team all year long. We've been playing a tough schedule, prepping for games like this so that we're ready, and, it's going to be a fun second half.
Last one for you. You said that stopping Tania Davis-Stewart was going to be critical, getting her in foul trouble. She only has 2, but are you happy with the way your team has played her defensively?
I actually am, because all of her points have come off of deep jump shots. Right? She's a tough player. There's a reason she's going to Merrimack. She can play. I got to hope that she's not going to shoot lights out like that in the second half.
Well, thank you, Coach. Best of luck.
Thank you.
That's Coach Jake Fracco here on the Boston Neighborhood Network. Back to you guys.
What's happening?
Thanks, guys. A lot being made of Tania Davis-Stewart's decision to likely go to Merrimack College next season. Well, Monique LeBlanc, the head basketball coach and assistant athletic director for Merrimack, is in attendance today to see Tania Davis-Stewart and her success against Pope John. It'll be interesting to see how she matures from being a Lady Titan to being a Warrior next year. Meanwhile, for Pope John, Anya Walcott, the power forward, has been spectacular so far today. She may not have the length of Davis-Stewart, but she certainly has the strength and size to overcome her height discrepancy. Thanks, guys.
What do you got going on the sideline?
Thanks, guys. Tania Davis-Stewart, well, she's in foul trouble, just as both coaches had predicted. This was going to be key to the finality of this game. Just an 8-point game here in the fourth quarter. She's out of the game now with 4 fouls. Which side will the pendulum swing? Something tells me the lack of her being in the lineup for the Lady Titans will have a large role in that. Pat?
Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys. A little bit on Jake Fracco, the head coach for Pope John. The Tigers coach was getting into it with one of the referees at the last stoppage and had to be warned multiple times that he was on the verge of getting a technical foul. You think they don't care about this game? They certainly do, as tempers continue to rise here in the fourth quarter. Meanwhile, human interest story from the short bench for Pope John. Young Fauna Liu, a part of the international program for Pope John. She first picked up a basketball when she came to the States in September. She moved from JV now to varsity, and she is one of the key contributors off the bench for this squad, a fiery defensive player and a great personality I hear as well in the locker room. Fauna Liu, it'll be interesting to follow her throughout her career here in the States. Pat?
Our sideline reporter, John Skudris. John, take it away.
Thanks, guys. John Skudris here on the post-game show with our player of the game, and why not? Denia Davis-Stewart, 32 points, 20 boards, 5 blocks in the victory here over Pope John. What a season it's been. Can you just say in a few words how much this season has meant to you coming away as Boston North District 4 champions?
It means a lot. I have waited 4 years for this, so it finally feels like a relief to actually know that I can do it.
Absolutely, and your teammates were integral not only to your team's success, but also to your personal success. I mean, you can't say enough about Tanisha Drayton, her performance all season long, Kayla Kelly as well. Talk a little bit about the performance of your teammates tonight and how important they've been to your success.
If we all worked as a team and rotated the ball, I think we was going to do good, so.
Absolutely. Next year, if I hear correctly, you're going to be a Merrimack Warrior. If that's true, like the rumors say, how excited are you to be playing in North Andover for the next 4 years?
I'm very excited. I'm close to home, so all my fans and all my family can come out and support.
Absolutely. The player of the tournament. Congratulations, Denia. I wish you the best in the future.
Thank you.
Now we'll get your coach in here. If you'll let me speak to Coach Hercule and Mitch. What a performance by your star today. A double-double of epic proportions, 32 points, 20 rebounds, 5 blocks. Now, I know this is your first year coaching girls basketball, but she certainly has a presence of some of the great bigs that you probably have coached with the men.
Absolutely. I mean, she does it all. I always say if she stays out of foul trouble, she's going to be tough to deal with. She's got great touch. She's a leader. She rebounds. She does everything we ask her to. She yells at the girls when they're not practicing hard. And, she's a good student athlete.
Now, you guys still have some games left to play. You're going to be playing at the Garden next week and then perhaps Springfield beyond. But this is a big win for your program and for you as a head coach. How are you going to keep the girls focused on what's ahead despite such great success at their backs?
I mean, we're hungry. This is not the last stop for us. We always talk about one game at a time, survive and advance. Just get to the next round and play as best as we can.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you guys have big games coming up, but before this game, I asked you what's the difference between boys and girls, and you said girls listen more. Did they listen tonight?
Hey, 32, 20, and 5, that's listening. Feed the big dog. Feed the big dog. That's what we kept saying. And she was, 16 for 18 from the field? Can't ask for a better game than that.
Absolutely. So you guys are going to be at the Garden coming up here this week. Have you ever coached at the Garden at all, Coach?
I mean, I coached 2014. We won a state title with the boys. I was the assistant coach over there, but to walk in there and I'm the head coach it's going to be great.
It'll be great not to have to hide in the shadow of Coach McIntyre. Do it all yourself here this season and beyond. Coach, thank you so much for a great performance on the court. We wish you the best of luck at the Garden. Coach Mitchell Hercule here on the Boston Neighborhood Network as his new mission, Lady Titans, are the Boston North District 4 champions, beating the Pope John Tigers. Thank you. Now back to you, Pat.